Shalom, this is Rabbi Mark Kilakunis. My taste of Torah for Parshat Vayeyshev, 5781. Many of us foolishly believe that happiness is a result of the circumstances of our lives. If only I had a new Lexus or a new Telsa, if only I had a nicer home, if only I could sing on key, then I would be happy. I imagine that Father Jacob might have felt the same way. Ever since he stole his father's blessing from his brother Esav, he was on the run because Esav had threatened to kill him. He must have thought, maybe when I'm able to return home and live peacefully with my brother, then I'll be happy. And that's where our Torah portion this week begins. Vayeyshev Yaakov be'eretz megurei aviv. And Jacob settled in the land where his father had lived, be'eretz Canaan, in the land of Canaan. He was finally back home after more than 20 years, and he had made peace with Esav. Now was the time to find peace and really be happy. But life, as you know, is never that simple. And so Rashi in the next verse tells us, Bikesh Yaakov leshev b'shalva. Jacob sought to settle down in peace. He thought at last he was going to be able to do so. Kafatz alav ragzo shel Yosef. But the tragedy of Joseph had sprung upon him. Almost immediately, his favorite son Joseph gets into trouble with his brothers as he taunts them with his dreams that foretell that he'll rule over them. The brothers take Joseph captive and he's sold into slavery to a caravan going down to Egypt. They dip his coat of many colors given to him by Jacob into goat's blood to show to their father, implying that Joseph was killed by a wild beast. Jacob cries out in anguish and is inconsolable for years. So much for finding happiness upon his return home. And the truth be told, our lives are not that much different. Listen to this gorgeous feast that I found. We convince ourselves that life will be better after we get married or have a baby than another. Then we are frustrated that the kids aren't old enough and will be more content when they are. After that, we're frustrated that we have teenagers to deal with. We will certainly be happy when they are out of that stage. We tell ourselves that our life will be complete when our spouse gets his or her act together, when we get a nicer car, are able to go on a nice vacation, when we retire. The truth is there's no better time to be happy than right now. If not now, then when? Quoting Pirkei Avot, your life will always be filled with challenges. It's best to admit this to yourself and decide to be happy anyway. So, my friends, treasure every moment you have as a Hanukkah gift from God. So stop waiting until you finish school, until you go back to school, until you lose 10 pounds, until you gain 10 pounds, until you have kids, until your kids leave the house, until you start work, until you retire, until you get married, until you get divorced, until Friday night, until Sunday morning, until you get a new car or a new home, until your car or home is paid off, until spring, until summer, until fall, until winter, until the 1st or the 15th, until your song comes on, until you've had a drink or until you sobered up, to decide to get rid of all the excuses and realize that there's no better time than right now, even during this 10th month of the coronavirus pandemic, to feel the wonder and the excitement of your being and the growth that comes with all your challenges, and thank God for the gift of your life. Be happy. Hanukkah is this week. Have a great Shabbos and Chag Sameach.